Hello
and welcome, guys.
It is the semi-finals of our July Legacy League, which is a little bit of a variation for Thursday night streaming. So instead of a mod fight, we've got two semi-finals and then a final for you to see who is crowned champion of the first ever league for this Discord.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see who this is going to be the first person to actually finish our league
Did
off.
you play any of these in your pool?
I think I played Charble in my pool.
I've definitely. I mean, I wasn't in the league. I've definitely played Charble on a Saturday night tournament. And I've definitely commentated on a match that Tony's been in before, so I'm moderately familiar with both these decks and these players. We're being told that Charble is on the play, and let's see what they mulligan to, or if they get to keep 7-card hands.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this turns out.
Yeah.
We have Tony on 5-color control or 5-color pile for those people familiar with those kind of decks. Has a long history in this game, especially in this format. We're looking at, instead of having the traditional DRS as your main, you're now using Arkham's Astrolabe along with, instead of being more of a Grixis focused deck, you're now more of a Bant focused deck. You used to play the Baleful Strix's main with DRX as your main mechanism to generate more colors. Now we're looking at Arkham's Astrolabe with a better Strix with Quaddle now. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, I mean, Tony has told me that he thinks that Icefang Quattro is the best green card that has been printed after Deathrite Shaman. I think I would quite like to argue against that, but it's probably in the top 5.
Yeah, it's definitely in the top 5 for me. I would think, in my personal opinion, the best green card printed in recent history, and maybe one of the best, is just Veil of Summer.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he might have said creature, so that would exclude Veil of Summer. And, you know, Uro's got to be up there.
Oh, definitely.
And Charbel is on Aluren, and he's playing the 4-color version of Aluren with Bug plus White because he's using Recruiter of the Guard. And he's also got a little nifty trick where he plays Cabal Therapy and Academy Rector, so he can actually sneak an Aluren into play without having to cast it. So I don't know if that's Tony shuffling up again or not.
I think they're trying to mull.
Yeah, I think we might have had a miscommunication about whether we were ready to start or not, so I think they probably haven't actually drawn opening hands yet.
It seems like they're trying to understand what was going on. It seems like they're trying to wait for us. Hopefully, they'll be starting soon.
We've got 2 new mods have just joined the team, so we're introducing them to aspects of streaming, and that's causing a little bit of complication because we're trying to do some training as well as getting all the information that needs to pass between the many people that are involved with making this happen.
Yeah, it's such a great thing to have more mods again. A lot of people have been out there saying we should be streaming more and doing all that stuff, and it's really hard logistically when you don't have enough people to do so.
I mean, I don't know what they want us to stream. I'd love to stream more, but you know, we have the Thursday night mod fight. We have the Saturday evening event. We're now streaming the finals of the league. There's quite a lot going on in the channel. We've launched the August League registration today. If you want to find out the details of that, you can type !league in the Twitch chat, and that should bring the details up for you. So Tony's keeping on 7, and Charbel is taking a mulligan.
I think specifically it said it's a hand. I don't know if that's really much of a snap keep.
No, I didn't say snap keep. That is one of the advantage of the a significant number of the hands.
I think you
They
cut out for a
do,
second there, but I'm assuming that you said 5 color control has a better off time just keeping hands that they shouldn't keep.
yeah. Also, they do actually know what their matchups are here. It's been open deck lists for the playoffs, so he will be looking out for things that are useful against Aluren combo.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much that's going to affect the matchups, just knowing that your opponent's on a combo deck versus your control deck. I wonder if that's how going to affect the judgment calls that are going on.
Yeah, so we've got Misty Pass, uh, Snow Plains,
Labe,
Astrolabe.
draw a card. One would say it's better than DRS.
It's not better than DRS because it can't win the game for you.
That's true.
DRS sometimes would win the game on its own. So we're doing Cracking the Misty to get the C.
Now we're getting another Tundra. They played C for turn.
Oh, C for turn and then getting a Tundra, sorry.
At 2 mana, I'm not sure what he's going to get here.
Yeah, he has a good number of 1-mana spells in this deck. He was telling me that he prefers Baleful Strix over Icefang Quattle, because Baleful Strix doesn't require any conditions to turn on, which is useful in aggro matches. He knows this isn't an aggro match, but he does still need to play his 1/1 flyers, maybe or maybe not has Death Touch, draw a card.
We're going to see the Sylvan Library.
We have a Sylvan Library that's going to help with card selection.
Seems like it's good. They're just a pass back.
Yeah, I mean, Aluren plays their 4 Force of Wills to protect the combo more than to counter what's happening on the other side.
I think we see like an Odyssey foil forest, probably, something like that.
Looks like that.
Going for a Uro.
Yep, gets you that extra land that you need to cast your 4-drop.
Yeah, get a land, gain 3 life, draw a card, right? I think is what its wall tech says.
Yeah.
Relevant.
So he has got a land to play. Presume he resolved the draw.
Mm-hmm. Interestingly enough, on the Sylvan Library, we're going to probably see him maybe take 1 extra, lose some life. There are situations where you can take
I'd imagine in Control that you're much more likely not to take extra cards, because you're not hoping to land extra cards on board, you're hoping to get the right cards at the right time.
I mean, an Always Ponder effect is also very nice in your 5-color control list.
Yeah.
As much as I hate the deck, I can understand what he's doing.
And he's playing 4 Brainstorm, 4 Ponder, as you would expect a control deck to play.
We're actually going to lose some life here because Tony has decided to keep a card.
Ooh, exciting.
I wonder how relevant it's going to be.
So he plays a Delta, which might mean, I know, passing the turn. May well be that it was double counterspell or something like that, so that he's got protection in case his counterspells get countered.
And I'm beginning to wonder if Charbel has the Aluren in hand, and he's just thinking about if he can protect it or not.
Yeah, I mean, he's on 5 mana, he's gone straight for attacks. You don't need to attack to win with the Aluren combo. So...
Ooh, okay, we're going to see Academy Rector.
Academy Rector, that's the other 4-drop in the deck.
A very good 4-drop, considering what it does. For those not familiar, EDH All-Star. It is the better version of Arena Rector. Instead of fetching for Planeswalkers when it dies, you exile it instead, and you fetch for an enchantment and just put it into battlefield.
And in this particular deck, Charbel would really like to activate that by sacking it to cast a Cabal Therapy from the graveyard. But we haven't seen any Cabal Therapies yet.
I'm sure there is one. I'm sure there's one coming in this feature if it's not gotten rid of.
Yeah. Aluren hasn't been playing Cabal Therapy so much recently, but Charbel is lying very much on the side of that it should be played.
I think it's a good combo if you're running Academy Rectors. If you have creatures that you sack, I think Charbel also runs a Veteran Explorer.
He does have a couple of Veteran Explorers snuck in there, yes. Oh, light shining right on that card. That's a swords, presumably to the Academy Rector.
Oh yeah. That is an Old Border Swords in Japanese.
Yeah, apparently his whole deck, other than the cards that can't be a foil Japanese.
Oh, nice. Oh, we're gonna see a Quaddle. Yep. We're gonna draw some cards here. And unfortunately, that kind of messes with Charbel's conditions to get to Aluren faster. I think Academy Rector is a one of. I haven't looked at the list. It's been a while.
Yeah,
Since
the
I looked at
Academy
it,
Rector is a one of. I believe when I played Charbel 2 or 3 weeks ago, he wasn't playing the Academy Rector, so it's been a bit of a in-out experiment recently, I think.
Yeah, it's great when it works. It's bad when it doesn't work.
I believe that's an Uro coming
That is
down
another.
from
Yep, we're gonna
Tony.
draw a card from Tony. We're gonna see a land, I think. Yeah, there's Caracas.
Yeah, I mean,
Also relevant in this matchup.
Yeah, neither side has graveyards big enough to flashback these Uros anytime soon, but you know they're useful card draw and land drops.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, you could have bounced the Uro in response to the ETB.
Yep.
If you had the Caracas beforehand.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. You could have sequenced it that way if he had it beforehand.
And I'm beginning to wonder if he's just going to go for it now. Yeah, there's the Aluren.
Yeah,
I'm expecting there's a Force Will in hand.
It's possible he did just top deck it.
Entirely possible, but I'm pretty sure there's probably a Force Will in Charbel's hand, and
oh, I would imagine so. I think that would be the reason that you would keep 2 cards off a Sylvan Library playing this matchup.
I'm also not sure what's under the Caracas.
Oh, that's interesting. So Tony's going to look up the Oracle text of the Aluren.
Yeah, the Oracle text of Aluren is very important.
Yes, although it's not going to help him.
No.
He does have outs to Aluren that aren't just counter it, but countering it is his best out. Oh, it resolves. And in comes Shardless Agent.
Oh, I love Charlotte's Agent. It is the
It's not
circus
the
of value.
best card to play off of Aluren. It shows that perhaps he doesn't have the entire combo in hand yet.
Potentially. Yeah, Lauren's a fun deck to watch, Prez, in my opinion. You end up with a lot of different plays that you end up into. On top of that, no one really knows how to play against Lauren because it never appears anywhere anymore.
Yeah, I've overheard, ooh, somebody or other played Aluren, but I'd never played it myself until I played Charbel 2 or 3 weeks ago.
And Charbel's been playing the deck for a long time, from what I know.
I mean, I very much realised that my deck had nothing that could beat the combo. Fortunately, I was able to pull off 2 games in different ways.
Yeah, when I first played him, I thought it was Esper Vile because I saw the recruiters first.
Yes, I was very much. Well, I actually saw Bant colours first and then Recruiter, and I was like, oh, I wonder what's going on here.
And it seems like he's going to cast an Abrupt Decay on the Sylvan, I expect.
Yep.
Yeah. Tony, you can't respond to it. You wish you can.
Yeah, that's the card that says, well, he can fetch it. To be fair, it does use the stack. But you know, there's I don't believe Tony's playing anything in his deck that exiles a spell from the stack or weird things like that.
Ooh, we're gonna see an Underground Sea, foreign black border, which is very nice.
Yeah.
I don't think anything in Tony deck actually allows him to bounce it or do something else. That Sylvan Library is going away.
I can't think of anything.
Yeah, that works.
Veil makes
that works.
Proof
that works.
Yeah, from blue and black, and of course Abrupt Decay.
Get to draw a card
That,
too.
yep.
Big
I
group.
don't know if that's worth it. I would rather keep my Veil to be hexproof from the Parasitic Strix.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that you probably want, but at the same time, I guess Tony just really wants the card selection.
Yeah, he's only running one Veil main, I believe.
We're
I
cling to
guess he
dusting
hopes
Uro.
to. See, again, I'm not sure I'd want to cling to Dusk Uro versus a card that's part of the combo that hits the graveyard. That's interesting.
Yeah, I
I
think you
think
end
we.
up in a situation where Tony is just trying to find more gas, and he wants to keep all of his selection open to do so,
Yeah,
while
I think that's
Charbel's
very
just going
true.
straight. Charbel's just straight top deck mode. Just looking for
Yeah,
recruiter, please. Next card, please.
yeah. But a brainstorm's a good hit off a recruiter. I mean, he could have easily hit his own Veil, which would have been borderline useless.
I mean, it does nothing in that situation. Off of the Shardless Agent, which, the circuit's of value to everyone who knows it. Just getting that nice brainstorm, at least seeing more cards. I mean, it really, really could have been worse.
Yeah.
Could have been like an Abrupt Decay or something that has no target or something. Could have been
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah, brainstorm was probably about the best that he could hope for.
Yep. Our table spotter's asking if we should be keeping the ponder hands on screen. No, we're just assuming that they're drawing 3 cards and looking at them separate from their hands.
Yeah, Sylvan Library's wording is very interesting because whilst it makes it very strict that you have to put cards from the Sylvan Library back on like Brainstorm, it does actually say draw the cards. So they can join your hand because they are drawn.
Yeah, I think my favorite thing about them, though, by far, is that if you have a Narset out, that becomes draw 1 card. Sylvan Library does nothing. Would you like to pay X life to draw
Yeah.
nothing?
Yeah, so obviously the thing here is Tony can also pop his cards in free off Aluren, which is a symmetrical spell like many of these old-fashioned might not be the right word, but these older spells are.
Yeah, Aluren's kind of weird in terms of how it works because of the symmetrical effect. So you could totally get into a situation where, they cast Recruiter, and we brought this up in our discussion previously, where they cast Recruiter, and in response you flash in your Snapcaster for free, target whatever you want in your graveyard. Interestingly enough, it's going to be really funny if Tony gets to respond to any ability that causes Charbel to draw a card because he can throw in
Yeah.
Leovold,
Yep.
and that's just a world of parity.
Actually, Charbel is not playing Leovold to
Tony
fit
is.
in.
Tony is.
Tony is, yes. Because one Leovold would be fairly standard in Aluren these days.
Oh yeah.
With 3 ROs and a couple of Okos, and Charbel rejects Oko, and has only 2 ROs and no Leovolds.
Okay, we're gonna see an Ewit. I wonder what it's targeting here.
Yeah, it's nothing obvious to get back. I mean, maybe just even the brainstorm to see more cards.
Could be. We're gonna see another Quaddle.
Or abrupt decay the Sylvan Library.
I think we're just
No,
doing
he is
brainstorm.
going for the brainstorm.
I really want to find my Recruiter as the guard.
Yeah, I think that's what he has to do right now. I'm pretty sure once he finds a Recruiter of the Guard, he can go off straight away.
Yeah, Recruiter of the guard just chains. As soon as you find the right thing, you just keep chaining them. It is a ton of fun to watch it go off, though. And as our streamer has said, it is my birthday. I am celebrating. I am drinking. I'm having a lot of fun here. I'm just happy to be out, to be commentating and away from work.
Yeah, it's not been a great day for you, has it?
Oh no, I was actually working up until the moment we started.
Well, there
we
it
see the
is.
recruiter.
That's what we're looking for, the recruiter. So recruiter is on the stack.
It resolves. Okay, we're
It
probably not going to see
resolves.
a game.
This
This
is
game's done and
very
dusted, I'm pretty sure.
likely game 1 trouble.
I believe Charbel is now explaining it.
We've now got Arctic Merfolk. And I should remember what this does. It has kicker, return a creature you control to its owner's hand. So you return the recruiter, which is what allows you to loop and go off.
Oh yeah.
So there's the recruiter returned. It also happens to end with a 1/1 counter on it. Not that they'll
Not
ever
really
go to
relevant
combat
now, is
again.
it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're brainstorming a response to recruiter being cast, I assume. And thank you, Prez. I appreciate the happy birthday.
I mean, he's got to try, but I feel like, I suppose, Snapcaster Veil of Summer would work.
What in the heck is that creature?
Is that not Cavern Harpy?
Oh, right, yeah. That is a foil
It's the
Cavern
thing
Harpy.
that allows you to bounce the Parasitic Strix multiple times.
Oh, my lord.
Yeah,
There we
the
go.
old gold bordering on creatures was interesting. So now he's bringing back the recruiter, and now he needs to recruit to find, I presume he will find Parasitic Strix this time.
I would assume so. And yeah, that's game. That's definitely game. Come on.
Yeah.
That looks to be a cleaning up for game. Or not. Or not.
Oh, he's searching, and there's the Parasitic Strix.
Yeah, it's pricing.
And now we are scooping and going to game 2.
Okay.
I have to say, I did feel that the match was maybe slightly skewed in Tony's favour there, but I feel misusing that Veil of Summer was a problem. I think he needed to save that Veil of Summer because I think that was his out.
Yeah, I think you really had to save it, and also you had to respond to the Aluren. Letting that resolve is rule number 1. Don't let it resolve ever.
If you don't have it, you have no choice. But he knows what he's playing against, so I don't know why he kept a 7 without a force. I mean, I guess it's difficult because if they keep maybe you need double force. But he'll be bringing in his red spells now to cope with the counter war. He'll be bringing in his extra veils. A deafening silence would also help here.
Honestly, I think he's going to bring in an Assassin's Trophy, bring in the extra veil.
Absolutely, yeah.
Probably another swords. Deafening silence, yes. Power Blast, maybe a 1 or 2 of, depending on what he wants to do.
He's even got 2 Force of Negation in the board. So he's got quite a strong package to bring in. Whereas I don't feel that Charbel has such a strong package to bring in against a control deck.
Oh yeah, I mean, Charbel's deck list, you're looking at, I don't know, 2 Veils.
And they're not that helpful because, although some control lists will run Thoughtseize, this one isn't.
I mean, you could bring in Meddling Mage to get rid of the...
Yeah, I was thinking Meddling Mage.
Astrolabe or the Sylvan Library.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
They're very fringe, I think, as to whether they're gonna do anything useful. But I think he's probably got to do something.
I mean, they could bring in a Knight of Autumn if he wants to get rid of the Astrolabe or the Sylvan. There's a lot of different things he could choose to do here.
I mean, the other option is that he tries to speed up, and he's got Squandered Resources, which allows him to sack a land to make an extra mana, which then allows him to go off a turn quicker. But it does rely on, the opening hand being right and all that kind of thing. So I'm not sure how strong a choice that is for the deck. He told me that he specifically included it in the sideboard for this set of playoffs because he was expecting some combo decks.
Interestingly enough, of the playoff decks, I think we're only seeing Strawberry Shortcake, and the other one is some kind of Chalice deck. from what I remember seeing.
It's Wizard Shift, which does play 4 Chalices main.
Yes. So there are definitely combo decks.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he has run into the only control deck in this whole entire pile.
Yeah, they're not fast combo decks, though. They're
Oh no.
not, Dredge or Tez or Ant, where he really does need that extra to go a turn quicker.
Interestingly enough, I could see a Lavinia coming in, just to
So,
mess with your opponent's forces.
yeah, I was also thinking the same thing. Although I would imagine by the time he's playing it most of the time, you do have the 5 lands, so it's a borderline, I think, but it could just give him more creatures on the board to actually beat down, because he was winning the beat down there. And you'll see that we've brought up on screen the Brainstorm proxy that is the prize for the winner of this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, we really put in some work. We had our in-house artist Alba look at it and draw this beautiful piece, and then we got it scanned. Went to I think MTG Proxy or making playing cards to get this all done, custom backing, and we are allowing you to play these in your deck if you want to play them and you win them.
Yeah, these are going to be playable in the MTGO Paper Legacy tournaments.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see how these things turn out. I know we've already seen Shadow Uni get his. They have already shown him in the Bling Mail Day channel. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out for our players if they appear on stream and they actually have them, because I really love seeing this thing.
Yeah, it's a great piece of art. It's nice to showcase it, and nice to do something for prizes when, at the moment, we've not taken any money from players for any of this.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's just all about that community feel, and we really want to give back to the community in the way that we know how, which is with foil tokens. Because it's all about the community itself. We're legacy. We're abandoned by wizards. We've got nothing but ourselves to rely on. We have some big tournaments here and there. Some of them got rescheduled because of the COVID crisis. In America, we have Missouri MTG's stuff.
Yeah.
In July and I believe March now.
I mean, how many of these things are going to end up vanishing simply because the companies don't survive COVID? It's all very borderline. They might be doing okay now, but will they be okay in 6 months? Because we know that there's going to be no significant sized organized play this side of New Year.
Yeah, I know when I was looking at Missouri MTG's Legacy event next year, from what they were saying on Twitter, they were being told it was going to be like one of the largest events in the U.S. next year, just alone. Not even like legacy, not format wise. It literally is just going to be like the largest prize pool event next year, which says a lot.
Yeah.
We're gonna see Tony on the play, Mullen to 6, Tribal's going to 7. He's staying there.
Tribal keep 7 is something that I would worry about sitting in Tony's position.
Oh yeah, I think if you're in Tony's position, you're starting to just mulch your sideboard hate pieces. A bit like how you do in Modern.
A turn 6 win, I think, that we saw out of Tribal there.
I think there was only 7 lands because of the Uro trigger. So probably turn 6 wins. Yeah, you end up in situations where the Uro is now keeping track of like how many lands did you play? I have an Uro trigger in here, and I think I've only played this many lands per turn.
Yeah, I mean, I think my feeling still is he needs to hang on to those Veils.
Yeah, I think Veil is going to be a very important card.
Ideally, don't let Aluren resolve, but don't waste your Veil on something else.
Yeah, ideally you want to get rid of the Aluren, and then ideally, if you can't get rid of the Aluren, get rid of the Recruiter of the Guard, because the Recruiter is just going to fetch everything.
I mean, it was actually unusual there that Aluren hung around for a turn.
Oh, Lord.
They often win, they cast it and win straight off, you've got no chance.
Usually they play the Aluren and it's like, oh, okay, now I'm going to play everything.
Yeah, I think the way that Tony splits his Abrupt Decays and Assassin's Trophy says he does not have removal for Aluren main deck.
Yeah, it seems to be that way, from what I've seen. And we're going to go straight into a Tundra, probably a Ponder? Yeah.
Ponder?
That's typically what the go-to is. I do say that it is a very nice Ponder. I love that Ponder art. The only reason I don't use it...
I've always been very fond of the Lorwyn Ponder.
Merfolk Ponder, not as cool. Not as cool. If I could, I'd play My Ponders in foil, but they're the player rewards one, so it's like the Bald Man by I think Steve Argyle did them. They're a bit
Yeah.
weird, and no one really knows about them.
Yeah, I think I have seen one of them somewhere.
Yeah.
So we're going for the more Nyx Fix style deck with a turn 1 Cabal Therapy, and Cabal Therapy is naming
Force of Will.
Force of Will, which is I think probably the best choice to name.
We're seeing a Narset, which is super beautiful and shiny. It's the Japanese anime foil.
Another Ponder. Oh, there's a veil in there.
There is a veil at the bottom.
Which is very important. Oh, I see Charbel with a piece of paper there. They're not supposed to look at their deck lists during the match.
I think the paper is to write down what the hell's in their hand.
Fair. Yeah, good point. I did
No
make sure to mention that to the players at least once, but we've not had a player meeting before this top 8, so it's a little bit hit and miss.
Yeah, no. The tradition, of course, is just writing down at any competitive event just whatever is in their hand. Yeah. Tony's being a good person and just leaving it open for right now, but I think he's gonna put it back now.
If there ever's a brainstorm, then it will become relevant.
Ooh, Sylvan Library.
Sylvan Library again.
And I think it's just a pass, straight up.
Ooh, missing the land drop.
Oh, that's rough.
No, it's
not. No, they played land. Tony went first. This is only turn 2. Interestingly enough, Charbel's not keeping track of the life total correctly right now. I'm sure he'll fix that. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, they've both fetched once.
Oh, yeah. Although Tony's fetch is in Japanese and all foil, so not sure if that adds any street cred to it or not.
I think, his original Onslaught fetches are really the thing.
Onslaught fetches, Judge foils, yeah. That's the most legit thing you can get. Unless you get original Onslaught fetches, and then you're just somehow like sacrificing an arm and a leg. Just to play cool fetches. Oh. We're gonna see a Strix.
Baleful Strix, very classic turn 2 play.
Yeah, unfortunately your Narset is not instant speed, and that Force Negation does nothing here.
Yeah.
Real talk, are we forcing this? We know it's in hand. Are we forcing this? Oh no.
Force non-creature spell.
Yeah. Cabal Therapy.
He's using it to immediately flashback Cabal Therapy, naming the Narset, yeah. Yeah, I think that's a smart choice. Naming the Narset, avoid him digging for more stuff. Let him keep the Force of Negation that you know about.
I think he wants to take one of the cards. Gonna lose 4 life here.
Yep. So he takes an extra card off the Sylvan Library draw, taking 4 life.
And I think he revealed some of it. I think there was a brainstorm in there and a swords, but I'm not sure what the third thing was. Good on Trouble to let him know I can see that what you're looking at. Please don't reveal them.
Yeah. He needs to be a little bit careful, actually, because Sylvan is on the battlefield, Ponder is in the graveyard there. They're getting a little bit close together.
I think Tony will know. How did my Sylvan go to the grave? Who destroyed this?
I mean, does it look like to you like he is sat on the floor playing on laminate floor there?
Yeah, it kind of does. It reminds me of like a wooden wall as well, because of the way it's connected. I'd be curious to know if this was like under his desk.
This is a Ponder and passing the turn. With land drop. Well, it is actually a wooden table, we're told. I have definitely played against people sat on the floor.
Wait, is Sylvan Library now in the grave? Okay, now it is. No, for real it is now.
Woo! Yeah.
We're being informed they're not at their house currently. They're at their, I believe that's future wife's house. And they forgot their playmat.
We don't need playmats to play Magic.
When it comes to fiance, 2 E's versus 1 E.
Astrolabe.
Arkham Astrolabe. We're gonna see another asteroid.
Straight away using its filter.
That is not legal.
Yeah, no, it just
That is not
changes the
legal.
color. It doesn't become snow mana.
That is not legal.
Not legal. Stop. 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 Stop.
I would
Yep.
recommend they stop. That is not a legal play. You cannot do that. It specifically requires snow mana. Does it make snow mana? I have not actually read Astrolabe. I need to know if it makes snow mana.
Astrolabe requires snow mana, but I do not believe it makes snow mana.
It's time to check good old Gatherer, because I'm almost positive it doesn't make snow mana.
Although it is mana made by a snow permanent. It says add 1 mana of any color. Doesn't have any rulings. Snow can be paid with any 1 mana from a snow permanent. So I believe the Arkham's Astrolabe does make mana.
Arkham's Astrolabe is snow, so yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. That's fine.
Embarrassing ourselves there a little.
I honestly completely forgot what the reminder text said on it, because I don't play with this trash card.
That's the reminder text for playing the card, but obviously it also applies to the ability of making mana of the card.
Yeah, I personally don't play Astrolabe because it's so degenerate, in my opinion. Like, it's worse than Deathrite in the opinion of, like, not being able to Wasteland. So I have no idea actually what the card says.
I played Deathrite till the second it was banned, so I do play Astrolabe not a lot. It's not in my preferred decks at the moment. I'm not like Tony, who feels that if you're not playing Astrolabe, you're playing the wrong deck.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Like I love Deathrite Shaman as an idea. It's a great card, but it's just not fair when you get to play non-basics. When you get to play non-basics and you get wastelanded.
I played Deathrite Shaman in Elves initially.
Oh yeah, that was a fun one.
Then I did get tempted to take Grixis Delver for a spin once when Deathrite Shaman was still allowed.
See, my cousin used to play Grixis Delver on the SCG circuit.
So it's interestingly, he's put out a Parasitic Strix here. Now, if that Parasitic Strix was to get swords, how does he win?
Well, Baron is a good way to get out there. I'm not sure how exactly he would win though.
Because he does only have 1 of each of the key pieces.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you win. Maybe you have to beat them to death with an Uro.
Yeah, I mean, I think Uro is definitely the backup win condition, but you can't combo off if you lose your Parasitic Strix.
Yeah, it's really questionable. But I think you just become the 6/6 beatdown plan and hope to God, you don't get STP.
I just don't feel that I would have put that Parasitic Strix onto the battlefield. Just doesn't feel right to me.
Yeah, no, it becomes a questionable play. And we apologize for the Astrolabe snafu. I am not one to play Astrolabe anymore, and I really should know, but I digress. Did it die? What exactly happened there? Oh, end step bounced the trigger off the Baron.
Yeah, it's the Baron. So Baron is, I think, our star M21 card of the day, because we're going to see it played again in one of the other semi-final decks. It's the only M21 card to make it this far in the tournament.
So it either bounces a creature or a planeswalker to the owner's hand, and then at the beginning of the end step, permanent was put into your hand from the battlefield, draw a card. That's relevant.
Yeah, it can give you card advantage pretty quick.
It is also a legendary, which is nice to bounce the Caracas. And we're going to see another Underground Sea. Oh, there we go. There's the MTG bot telling us what it exactly does.
Absolutely. Do we know what the Snapcaster named?
I think it targeted whatever was exile, which I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah.
Brainstorm.
Yeah.
which is not a brainstorm I think we've seen. Maybe it's like half of her head because I think it's like the woman brainstorm where she's like actually storming her hair brain thing from
No, I
EMA.
think I saw the brainstorms earlier that were actually quite new brainstorms with the sort of the.
Yeah, it's the lady, right? It's the
I'm not sure that I
from
necessarily am
EMA,
good at
right?
spotting the genders, but yeah, I think you're right. I think it is EMA that this art is thinking from, and also some more recent
Conspiracy
sets.
art,
I think
apparently. Yeah.
it was in Masters 25, not Masters 25, M25. What did they call that? Masters 25.
They called it
I
Masters
can't
25,
remember.
but it definitely wasn't a Masters 25 because the Masters 25 brainstorm is hilarious looking. It is the physical act of a brainstorm. There's like a giant skull with like clouds, and it's got like a storm in the brain. It's really weird.
Wow.
It is probably my least favorite brainstorm art because it's so on the nose, being literal.
So how does that land up then with the altered art brainstorm that's in the box toppers for Double Masters? That seems a
Hey,
bit much.
I love Dr. Manhattan. There's nothing wrong with
Okay.
Dr. Manhattan brainstorm.
Okay, fair enough. It works for some people and not for others.
Yeah. I am a big fan of Dr. Manhattan just sitting there just trying to figure out what he's doing with his life. It's great. We're gonna see an Aluren
We've
cast.
got that Aluren out again.
We're paying 3 to force of
And
negation.
force of negation. Yeah, I mean, he knew it was there.
We're paying 2 to do something? Quaddle.
Yep.
Yeah, we have enough. We're drawing cards here. We definitely have
Yeah,
enough.
a bit of glare, unfortunately, at the top right hand
It's
side.
gonna die. It doesn't matter too much, thankfully. The top right is a Snapcaster.
Yeah.
20 has Snowcraft. Very relevant. And honestly, I gotta say I love Charble's Islands. The downside of playing Snow Mana is you don't get to have all the nice, you know,
There are
lands.
some nice snow islands, but there is definitely less choice.
I mean, I play Mercadian Mask Island, so in foil, I enjoy those, and I play Arena
I'm
Plains.
very much on the unglued island thing.
Oh, Unglued Island's
Unglued
great.
any land.
Oh, the border is just right too, because it's not like the full border. I like the unhinged stuff too.
Yeah, I do like unhinged, but I preferred unglued.
Yeah, unglued is the one with the like it has a border, but it's like covering the background and stuff.
And it's like the classic old fashioned brown.
Yeah. Yeah, because I got it mixed up with the unhinged for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, unhinged is the nice like full art John Avon.
So we've landed another Aluren and we've gone straight into Recruiter.
Whew,
I guess
okay.
that was play the Aluren, drag out the force. I've got another Aluren for next turn.
We are responding to the ETB very soon.
We're gonna be tick tick tick. Unless he does still have that Veil of Summer in hand, unless he tucked it on a Did he even brainstorm?
I think that got. No, I'm not sure. He did brainstorm at some point.
I mean, he definitely had Veil in Summer when his hand was revealed to Cabal Therapy, so he must have that still in hand.
Yeah, it'd be like that. Guess you just let Recruiter resolve. Not sure what you're doing.
Well, I mean, there's less options for stopping Recruiter Resolve than there are for just being hexproof to the repeated drains from Parasitic Strix.
Yeah, this is gonna be a weird one. We're veiling, okay.
Now we're veiling, but as yet nothing has targeted him. So he draws the card.
I mean, it's nice to have, but not sure you.
That card was not doing anything.
I mean, drawing cards are nice.
So I mean, what do you do now as the Aluren player when you know?
Veil. I'm assuming the blue card played is Merfolk. Yeah.
It's Arctic Merfolk.
Yeah, Arctic Merfolk has been cast, so that's the blue card.
Yeah. So I mean, I presume. I mean, maybe he was fetching there to play a counter spell and to actually counter the Arctic Merfolk, but I believe its kicker cost is to sack Recruiter of the Guard?
I think you pay 1 for the kicker. I'm not sure. Oh lord.
Kicker, return a creature you control to its owner's hand.
That's a rip. That's a rip.
Yep. Yeah,
Oh
well,
man.
I mean, I did say Veil of Summer is the way to win this because I don't think there is any way through past Veil of Summer. I mean, you could try for the long game and try and win with Uro, but I'm not sure Scoop is strictly necessary there because I don't think the game's lost.
Parasitic Strike was in hand. Whew.
Yeah, but he can just stop trying to Aluren combo and try and win with Uro.
Yeah, I mean it is a different thing.
So I'm not sure that is actually correct to Scoop at that point.
Yeah, and you can see that Tony's a tad frustrated with how that worked out because you think you did everything right with the veil, and then you find out you're getting veiled in response.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's also something important because he veiled earlier. He wouldn't actually lose this turn. Strix cannot target you.
Yeah.
So he would have survived another turn, but I'm not sure that gets you anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, Parasitic Strix doesn't target, does it? It's just, no, it's his target player.
No, it's target, and he did veil earlier in the turn, so he couldn't be targeted. So he would have lived another turn.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much that helps, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's theoretically possible he draws a Swords of Plowshare, but then he has a Forcible in hand.
Yeah.
Not sure how much mana he had open either, so you could say that could be an issue.
That's certainly an interesting end to the game there, because that doesn't seem... Yeah.
Yeah, it does end up in a kind of situation. Up next, we'll definitely have, I believe it is Prez versus...
Martyr.
Martyr.
Yeah, Martyr 1207, and we'll be on Strawberry Shortcake versus Wizard Shift.
I am excited to see Wizard Shift.
I thought we were playing Legacy. I'm all a bit lost now.
Look, Strawberry Shortcake has a very long history in Legacy. Great deck.
Yes.
Wizard Shift, though, is a weird deck based on Paradigm Shift, which has been played before.
Brand spanking.
But I haven't seen Wizard Shift. Yeah. I'm excited. So we're going to take a 5-minute break, give or take, guys. We'll be back soon, hopefully with more Legacy content. We'll see a better match. Maybe a more competitive instead of a 2-0. But, these are our combo decks. Maybe it might be a race to the finish. Who knows?
Yeah, I think it could be interesting to see Wizard Shift versus Painter, or Strawberry Shortcake, which is Red-White Painter.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this turns out. But we'll be back, guys.
Okay, so goodbye, and we'll be back
in a couple minutes.
The next 2 decks.